Spartan soldiers, when they accompanied Leonidas in Thermopyla's battlefield, they used to eat for 6 months 1 fig per day, 1 dried fig per day. That was the food.
Wow, that's quite a diet. Yeah.
But this is how they kept in a strong virility and condition to fight. Drinking, of course, a lot of water, but fig 1 a day.
Portugal, we conquered half of the world. I would say it's easier to find Portuguese influence in other countries cooking than the other way around. Japanese tempura is actually Portuguese. It's a Portuguese invention. It was created by monks back in the 13th century and taken to Japan later.
The Dutch is the one who take the oil in Indonesia, right? Mm-hmm. So it's probably in the 18th century.
The Dutch is also responsible for introducing how to use fork and spoon.
Interesting. What did you use before that? Hands. Okay.
Now, everybody knows this.
Yeah.
This is good stuff.
Yeah.
And actually, it is a Slovak beer. So, well, I have to taste if it is good.
Absolutely. That is the role of the chef.
Yeah,
that's
good.
That's all.
Good year. Good year.
I like Slovak beer very much. I also like Slovak food, but I think if I was choose between beer and food, I prefer Slovak beer.
My experience of course food in Slovansky Globe was very special. So indeed, I'm waiting for the season of course meat, particularly the season of Borčak.
St. Martin is a protector wine in Croatia. And it's a habit that some oldest member of the family were bishops dressed as a St. Martin, and baptizing young wine. It's a custom, and it's always problem with the traffic after that, because police control on that date are very strong.
And there is a tradition, if a woman loses the bread in the fondue, she has to or can give a kiss to the man to her right. And if a man loses the bread, he has to pay a bottle of wine.
In Herend, in Hungary, there is the biggest manufacturer of majolika in all over the Europe. This is a very famous one called Victoria brand. It was prepared for King Victoria for his wedding. And actually, this Victoria type majolika also used by the royal British family even today.
In 1989, the Italian Queen Margherita was in visit in Naples with the king. And the poor cook in Napoli didn't know what to do for the queen. So he put together these elements, these very easy elements that the people, the poor people, the normal people used to eat every day. He put them together and he made what is nowadays still known as pizza margherita.
You have to summarize it in, let's say, 3-4 simple rules are, first of all, no pig meat. That's it. No seafood at all. Fish, yes, but only fish that have scales. Then another one is not to mix meat with milk.
Americans increasingly are becoming aware of their of nutrition. Very popular thing is grilling hot dogs or hamburgers. Yeah, but then when people want to live it up a little bit, they put on a good steak. The grilled steak is a classic American value.
I chose something which is quite exotic. It comes from the far north in Norway, and it's a reindeer. In Norway, it is very much revered, and people like it a lot, and it goes very much for festivities and good occasions, like Christmas and parties. They are in herds, and they have reindeer herdsmen to look after them, and dogs. And in the north, you know, it's an industry. The Sami people have this as the main way of living. And before, they used to roam around. I mean, they were nomads. So they went with the reindeer, but nowadays they live in two smaller villages up in the north, and they have people that follow the reindeer, and then they have some small cottages and things along the road, and they stay there.
The school food is an important factor because we have had a free meal for the school children since the beginning of the 20th century.
So every kid is sponsored by the state, actually?
Yes. For those who are only eating vegetarian food, there is always a vegetarian option. Every student gets at least 1 year teaching in the home economics. So they learn the basic facts about cooking and baking and taking care of their own clothes and cleaning. It is compulsory during 1 year. It is 2 hours per week. But after that, it is voluntary for 2 years.
Many people serve coffee as you would have an espresso or any other coffee with water. The genesis of this habit is with the Pasha of Ioannina in Greece. The Pasha of Ioannina in Greece, when Greece was occupied by the Ottoman Empire, was very scared of being poisoned. And he always used to have people testing his food before he tried it. Now, of course, he wouldn't like somebody to taste from the cup that he's drinking the coffee. So the best way that he could see if there was an attempt to poison him or not is to add a little bit of water. By adding a little bit of water, if there was any poison, which would by definition involve also the content of an oily product, it will surface to the top and it will become greenish in color. And this would mean that it's poisoned.
Eesti viin, as we say, Estonian vodka, is a must at our table. But the big difference is that we know nowadays how to drink it. We don't overdo it. I have special Estonian vodka, which is called Viru Valge. Viru used to mean Estonia, especially northern part. For example, the Finnish people virolaiset. The Finnish people still tell us virolaiset or Estonians. So Viru. Valge is white, because vodka is transparent, so we call it's like Estonian or Estonian white. We have in Estonian language suffixes, not prefixes. So tervis, health, x for health, terviseks.
Terviseks.
Terviseks. Terviseks.